and welcome to Healthy Cooking with the Culinary Queen. My name is Sharon Guerin, and I'm here with my co-host Maria Matarelli.
Sharon, I am so excited for this meal because I'm just sensing how delicious it's going to be. What are we making today?
We're going to make a keto-friendly lasagna, and we're going to have some zucchini noodles, some goat cheese in it. We're going to make a scratch-made tomato sauce, and we're also going to add meat to it for people who want to get that protein in there. And then if you at home want to make it without the meat, you can make it completely vegetarian.
Okay, awesome. So we're making a lasagna, but with zucchini instead of the noodles.
The noodles.
So it's going to still provide that substance, but not have all the carbs.
Correct.
And I'm really excited about our sauce made from scratch. I love a good tomato sauce, marinara sauce, because being Italian, it's kind of, I think it's in my blood, I'm supposed to.
Well, that's why I came up with this recipe, because I know that you like hearty foods, and this is really going to feed your soul today.
I'm ready for my soul to be fed. So, all right, let's get started.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
So now that we're over here at the stove, we have all of our ingredients prepped and ready to go. And we're going to start with our meat in one pan and our sauce in another pan to prep those two different items, so when they're done, finished being cooked, we can use them to layer our lasagna.
All right, Sharon, walk me through what we have here.
So this is what we call a mirepoix. It is garlic, carrots, celery, onions, and we're going to saute that, and that's going to be the basis for our sauce. And then these are fresh Roman tomatoes cut up, cubed, so that way when this is all soft and ready to go, we put the tomatoes in there and let it reduce down and cook, and it's going to make our sauce. So we're just going to keep building and building and building our sauce until it's complete. And then over here we will add a little bit of organic tomato sauce to kind of give it that rich Italian type of good sauce like you have on Sundays. I'm sure, do you know what I'm talking about, Maria?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then always in a nice Italian sauce, you got to have some tomato paste to thicken it up. And then over here, what I have is our ground beef. I want to add a little bit of sweet pepper sauce to the lasagna because we have all of these other vegetables. I think this would be a nice addition to it. So I'm going to saute it first with the ground beef, and it'll be in the taste of the meat.
Okay, and then we've got some organic broth and cream.
Correct. So when we're finished with the cream, letting it reduce down and letting all the vegetables getting soft and combined and cooked down, we'll add some cream to it to kind of just give it a nice creamy flavor. That's so good.
Awesome, I'm excited. All right, what are we doing first?
I have the pan for the meat and the pan for the sauce, just to get the avocado oil and butter melted and blended together before we add our mirepoix. And then over here, we're heating our avocado oil. We're going to put the sweet peppers and the meat in there, and that's going to cook while we're cooking our mirepoix and building our sauce over here. So, you see this is
there we
bubbling.
Go. Oh, I see it.
We're going to add the mirepoix to that.
Now remind me again what's in here. I see we've got celery, carrots, and what else?
Onions and garlic.
Okay, celery, carrots, onions, and garlic.
Okay.
So this is the base for the tomato sauce, the marinara sauce.
Right, for the one that I'm making today. A mirepoix is actually the base of any sauce that you want to cook. It's the base of a chicken soup. It's the base of a beef stew. These flavors melded together give you a basis to build upon.
Okay, wonderful. I never knew that.
Pinch of salt. Pinch of pepper. We already have garlic in there, so we won't add garlic to this. We're going to let this saute and get tender. And then the next step, we'll add some chicken broth to it and let it simmer down.
I've never made a sauce from scratch like this, so I'm pretty excited to see how this goes.
I'm sure you're going to love it.
I am so very sure of that as well.
So in our other pan, I'm going to get these peppers in here.
Okay, so these are just some orange bell peppers and yellow bell peppers?
Right, the little sweet ones.
Okay.
And you can use the red ones. You know how they come in a pack usually with red, yellow, and I just didn't have any red left, so I used the orange and the yellow.
Wonderful.
The most important thing to cooking something that's healthy is you use the flavors you want to put in something. If you wanted to put mushrooms in this, you could. You wanted to put spinach in your lasagna, you could. You can take away and add the different flavors that you like and personalize it to yourself.
And we put spinach in it? That sounds delicious.
Yeah, we have spinach. If we want to add spinach to it, we can. We'll do that when we actually go to layer the lasagna.
Okay, and mushrooms is a great idea. Maybe next time we can do mushrooms.
I have a little bit of mushroom in there, so if you want to add some of them to this.
Absolutely. Do we add them now?
Let's get this a little bit softer.
Okay.
So this should be translucent.
Okay, wonderful.
And you should be able to bite into the carrot and pretty much be tender.
Okay, wonderful.
Maria, do you want to get me those mushrooms?
Yeah, let me grab them. So now that we've decided to add some mushrooms to our lasagna, I am going to cut them down. And this is really just to show that I actually do contribute to the kitchen. As you can see, there is tangible, hands-on Maria Matarelli cutting
She's
vegetables.
a good student.
Thanks. Thanks, Sharon. I made one of your dishes the other day that we made together, and it turned out amazing.
And which one was that?
It was the taco bell pepper and with the avocado mousse, and it was delicious.
It was good. Do you now, when you made it, do you think that you were able to create it the way I made it? Was it just as good?
I'm gonna go with a good solid 85%, and I feel like I can do better next time. I did
So practice.
Yeah, I ran out of, I didn't have any red onions, and I didn't have any lime for the sauce, and there was something else I was missing. So I was over at the grocery store, and I was like, I know what I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make the tacos, the beef tacos and the peppers, but I didn't know exactly what was still in my fridge at the time, so I guessed, and I missed a couple ingredients. So I feel like if I had all the ingredients at hand, I could have gotten the exact right flavor that you did. I'm going to be going back through all of our recipes and probably cooking them just to make sure that I know how to do them because they're so good. I wish you guys could actually smell and taste through the video, but that's not a thing yet. I think on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, didn't they have like a smell-o-vision or like couldn't you like taste or smell
They did.
through the camera?
I'm gonna go ahead and add the beef in, and you kind of want to add it in and break it down so it doesn't cook in big clumps. You just got to keep moving this pan. Like this. We're also gonna add some seasonings to this.
All right.
Plate. There you go. And while that is starting to cook, we're gonna add these mushrooms that you cut up for me into this mirepoix.
I like that we're adding mushrooms to this because I love mushrooms. So basically, Sharon, if you decide you want to add some different vegetables, maybe remove some, you have that option at any time.
It's your food. If you're eating healthy and organic, who cares if you put 10 vegetables in it? If that's what you want, do it. Do what makes you feel good.
All right, I like it. Mushrooms and spinach definitely make me happy.
All right, so let's get this seasoned over here.
All right, what we got? What we got?
We're gonna put some salt on the meat.
Don't be Himalayan sea salt.
Yes, ma'am. And don't be afraid to season your meat.
All right. What's this?
A little bit of cracked black pepper. And we have garlic in here, but remember, I'm always telling you, layer your flavors. So at each level, you have to spice. So now we need to put some garlic, salt, and pepper here. So we have fresh garlic over there. We're gonna put some fresh garlic powder. Now I have both of these pans side by side, and you're gonna keep moving your food. Moving it, turning it, so it's all gonna get heat distributed evenly to it, and it's gonna cook evenly. And so we got our meat over here. See, we're moving it and getting all the big lumps of the meat out because you want it to be like crumbly. You want your ground beef to be crumbly and able to spread it over your lasagna.
All right.
All right, so now the next step with our sauce, you can see how this is all kind of translucent and it looks nice and cooked and melded together. I'm gonna take some organic chicken broth. The reason why I do this is because when I put the tomatoes in, it will help the tomatoes break down and become a sauce. Right. This is also going to lift the flavors off the bottom of the pan.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
To our marquois, I'm going to add a Italian seasoning mix.
All right, so just a couple different flavors rather than just salt and pepper and everything
your
from
garlic,
scratch.
your onion powder, oregano, maybe parsley.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
Oh,
Maria, do you
yeah.
want to taste this before we put the tomatoes in?
Absolutely. Is that
All
a
right.
trick
If you want to
question?
get spoons,
Do I have spoons? Sharon, I am ready with the spoons. Our spoon game is very strong today.
I see that. We've
Yes,
learned.
We are ready. We are so ready. Sharon, I'm pretty excited about this.
While you're tasting the marquois, I'm going to go ahead and take the ground beef off the heat because it is cooked, and we'll just set it aside for right now.
All right, wonderful. Here we go. Mmm.
Good?
Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now...
Sharon, can I just take a moment to say how much of that mushrooms added to that?
It's good.
It's so good.
It is good.
Wowzers, that's so good.
And that was a baby portobello mushroom.
Oh, it is delicious.
So I have here our chunked up, that cut and chunked up Roman tomatoes, and we're going to go ahead and now add this to the sauce.
All right.
If you get to this point and you feel like it needs a little bit of water, it's okay to add just a tiny bit. But right now we don't need that because the tomatoes are going to sweat down and make a sauce. So I want to cover this and let it start to reduce down. You want to come over here, Maria? So look close. When we added these tomatoes, there wasn't this much liquid. And so the tomatoes are cooking down in the heat, and they're breaking down, and they're melding with the flavors that we already had in the pan, and they're making a sauce. So eventually you'll hardly even be able to see these tomatoes.
Okay, wow, awesome.
And that's when we'll add the tomato sauce and the tomato paste.
Okay, wonderful. Oh man, that is looking good.
Would you like a taste?
Is that a trick question, Sharon? Of course
It
I would
is a
like
trick
taste.
question.
I see we have some spoons.
We always have spoons.
You tell me I never have enough spoons.
You know, by the time this is over with, Maria Matarelli, we will be washing spoons.
I've already washed half the spoons. One step ahead.
It's hot. Be careful.
Okay. Here we go.
That's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Oh.
All right, here we go. Oh my goodness, wow. Tomatoes really make a difference. Yum, yum, and yum.
So at this point, I also like to add a pinch of dried oregano.
All right, layering in those flavors.
Smell it? I love dried oregano.
Yeah, I do smell it. Mm-mm.
And that is kind of, if you want to add 2 pinches, 1 pinches, how oregano-y do you like your sauce?
However oregano you think is appropriate.
All right, we're going to cover this back up and let it cook a few more minutes. We're also going to turn it down a little bit so it simmers and it doesn't boil too hard.
Okay, wonderful.
So now here's where I decide whether I want a chunky sauce or I want a smooth sauce. It's completely up to your own taste and what you like. Last time I made this in my test kitchen, I did a smooth sauce. But for Maria today, we're going to do a chunky, and we're going to see what the difference is and how we like it.
All right.
And I always suggest that you do things like that in your kitchen so you know what you like when you're making it, whatever your preferences are.
All right, so kind of a trial and error.
Right.
Kind of see what you like it, try it one way, try it a different way, and then
Right.
you know what you want for the next time.
Absolutely, and especially since this is a dish that can be made vegetarian or with the meat in it. Actually, if you leave it chunky and you're a vegetarian, it will give the dish more heartiness.
Is it taste time again?
It is taste time.
Ooh, my favorite. All right.
I see you strategically got that mushroom.
You know it. You know it. All right, here we go. Mmm. Mm-hmm. That's delicious. Wow, that's
All right.
delicious.
This point, I'm going to go ahead and add tomato sauce.
Okay. Ooh, more tomatoiness. Yes.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put the 1 can in there. I wanna let this cook a little bit, so that way it will reduce down and I can see how much tomato paste we'll need.
All right, now what are you doing?
I'm over here stirring my labor of love, and I'm getting ready to add my tomato paste. Now, tomato paste is a thickener for your tomato sauces. And you just spoon in a couple chunks of sauce and then get it stirred in really good. Now what I'm doing is adding about a 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream, and it's gonna make it a cream tomato sauce.
Oh, good cream tomato sauce is always delicious. So we have organic whipping cream here.
Yes, it is.
Awesome, awesome.
All right, I'm just gonna let this heat up, and then we're gonna take it over. Would you like to taste, Maria?
Sharon, you know this. You know this. Absolutely. I love a good creamy tomato sauce. That's one of my favorites.
I should just say to you, get a spoon.
There we go. That'll work. That'll
All
work.
right. Can you get 2 spoons, Maria?
Absolutely.
Now, of course, if you want a red sauce, you don't have to add the cream. We want a cream sauce, so that's why I'm adding it.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Wowzers.
Mm.
Oh, that's delicious.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That is really, really good.
Wow. Yums.
All right, we are getting ready to make our lasagna, our zucchini lasagna. All right, looking good, Sharon.
Thank you.
All right, Sharon, what's next?
We're gonna go ahead and start to layer together our lasagna with all of our ingredients that we have here, so we can get it in the oven and bake it, and then we're gonna be able to eat it.
All right, sounds good. I'm so excited about this zucchini lasagna because it's going to be so much healthier.
I love zucchini and the flavor it brings. I love zucchini spaghetti noodles, so this is really gonna be wonderful. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is put some sauce down, just like you would with a regular lasagna, in the bottom of your pan.
Layer 1 down.
All right, and then we're gonna take our noodles.
Our noodles?
Our noodles are
Our nature noodles.
our nature noodles.
So it looks like you're overlapping them just a little bit.
Just a little bit. And what I want to do is pick the best noodles like you do with your pasta noodles, the ones that are completely intact and they're the widest.
Okay.
And you can use the other sparing needles on the end if you need to. This is the second time I'm making this dish, and to be honest with you, I really like the way the noodles lay out.
Yeah, it's really, they're sturdy. They're great.
They are really sturdy.
It's a nice layer.
Even when you cut it, it still has very good consistency. The next layer is your ground beef.
If you're opting for meat.
If you're opting for meat.
Otherwise, you might do even more vegetables instead.
You could, yes ma'am.
All right, so layer to your heart's desire, ladies and gentlemen.
What I want to do here is we've decided to add spinach in it. I'm going to put spinach here and then sprinkle some grated Parm cheese on it.
Spinach always looks so fresh as you put it in these dishes.
It does. Spinach is just wonderful. Do you know it's good for your hair too? Your hair
I
growth?
heard it's good for many things.
It really is. This is grated Parm.
Grated Parmesan cheese.
Just going to add a flavor.
Okay.
Not too much, just a little bit. Sauce like you would normally, a normal lasagna. So now we're gonna do another layer of noodles. Now on this level, I'm gonna do just a little bit of sauce here to just get it wet.
All right, we're getting toward the top of our lasagna.
Yes, ma'am. So instead of ricotta cheese, we're gonna actually use an organic cottage cheese. The cottage cheese is only 3 carbs and it's less carbs than a ricotta cheese. We're going to use goat cheese because it is a more clean cheese. It's not as pasteurized as the mozzarella. And we love the flavor. Are you ready to put on our last layer of noodles?
Let's do it.
And then too, if you have extra noodles when you're done and you're kind of doing this for your meal prep, you can put it in a roasting pan, a little olive oil and seasoning, and you have an extra vegetable of any leftover zucchini noodles for the week. So we got a nice layer of noodles on the top layer, nice and thick. And then we are going to cover the top with sauce and mozzarella cheese and get it in the oven on 450 for about 35 minutes. The last thing we're going to do is top it with a mozzarella cheese and get it in the oven. We want to add a little bit of parm on the top too. Would you like to come over to the oven with me?
Let's do it.
All right. So we're going to do middle rack. All right, guys, we've got our lasagna out and we're going to let it cool down for a little bit. Give it a good 15 minutes before you start cutting it, and then we're going to enjoy this lasagna.
Oh, that's looking so good, Sharon. I am so excited. Hey, Sharon, we've reached a very exciting part of the evening.
This is the best part of the night.
Absolutely. I am so excited to eat this. Do we cut into it now?
Yeah, we can cut into it. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
All right.
There we go. Yes, look at that. Oh, Sharon, that looks amazing. Sharon, I'm so excited for this moment. This looks absolutely delicious. One of my most favorite things about this dish is that we did use the zucchini instead of the noodles. So it's more of a guilt-free type of dining experience because you're not consuming all those carbs. You know you're getting more vegetables. And it just looks absolutely amazing.
Well, thank you. And it's comfort food.
Comfort, yet still healthy.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
You ready?
Cheers. I'll eat
Cheers.
that.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Shut the front door.
Shut up. Guys.
Ooh. This is really good. You need to be here right now tasting this.
You need to make this.
Yep.
This is so delicious. I'm not even kidding. this is something that if you haven't cooked along with us yet, let this be the dish that you cook along with us, because this is mind-blowingly amazing, Sharon.
I'm glad you love it.
Thank you for coming into my life.
You got my Uber. Thanks for coming into my life.
You're so welcome. Oh, you're so welcome. Oh my goodness. This is
And
out
you
of
said,
this world.
can I give you a few orders?
I think that was the famous words.
You did say.
So I saw Sharon's Instagram, and her food looked really delicious in the descriptions. Sharon, your food looks amazing, but may I give you a few pointers?
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah.
And I was like, absolutely.
Oh. Woo.
By the end of that conversation, she said, I'll see you in 3 days.
Yep. Let's go
Let's
shoot
go.
the show.
Let's
do
shoot it.
You know, Sharon, I mean, I can give you the pointers on social media, but you need no pointers in the kitchen.
I
My
told you I
goodness.
could cook.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. You guys have got to try this. This is amazing.
This is really good.
So good. Oh my goodness, so good. I'm about to inhale the rest of this, but just want to remind you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we're going to be putting out new episodes every week, new recipes that you are definitely you're going to want to cook these at home. So
Come get healthy with the Culinary Queen. Watch my transformation. Click that red button that says subscribe and watch our shows, cook our food, post pictures of what you've recreated so we can look at it.
there we go. We'll see you guys next time.